unsuccessful redneck orgy leaves 3 dead, and fugitives Jimmy and Charlene fleeing into the Appalachian woods. In other news, sexually hostile nu metal band Amusement Park is booed off the stage at local charity Make-A-Wish event. More to come.
If I had to sum up Appalachian Siren by Leslie Kurt in 3 words, I would say extreme horror, weird redneck sex,
Get in there nice and deep like.
and heartwarming. Actually, not really heartwarming. An unexpected orgy turns to murder, starting the story off right and sending our 2 main characters off on a battle of survival and slasher chaos. Charlene, the hella moist wife, just wants a big ol' firm hand grip from as many men as possible. Jimmy is the violent cuckold husband who just wants to kill men, especially men who have their way with his wife. Just add an internet hookup website and the Appalachian Siren is born. Charlene lures them in and gets them aggressively pushing rope, while Jimmy jerks a mean one from the shadows and emerges for the kill. Rinse and repeat. It's a match made in heaven, people. When you pick this book up, and I know you will, expect plenty of extreme horror staples, vivid over-the-top violence,
I can't believe
torture,
you've done this.
ripping the peen, cannibalism, and ejaculating in strange places. This book is legit quite funny, though, and the premise is great. I had a lot of fun with this one. But heed my warnings, mortals. Let's get into some negatives about this story. First, there are way too many sex scenes. I don't particularly like reading sex scenes in books, so this aspect was bound to not hit for me. Yeah, I'll admit it, after the first 2, I started skim reading each to get to the inevitable kills afterwards. If an overabundance of weird sex doesn't sound fun, then this will be a tough read for you. This is salvaged by Jimmy, of course, turning each of these encounters into a violent slasher. Second, it's extreme, folks. The violence can be too descriptive for some, and had me cringing at parts for sure. Charlene had an odd way of impressing her potential suitors online, which involves taking pictures of her stuffing household objects places where they really shouldn't go. Yeah, pretty gross. Anyway, on that note, let's hit some minor spoilers, folks. Here are a few lines from the book that should give you a feel for the writing style. Jimmy arrives on the fated day of the unfortunate redneck orgy and starts laying into his friends for running a train on his wife. And you were supposed to be my friend, Jimmy screamed at Muzz. Muzz pushes Charlene off him and walked towards Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm sorry, man, but your old lady was hot. What am I supposed to do when she comes on to me? I don't know. Maybe say no. Maybe not do it, Jimmy yelled. Muzz continued to walk towards Jimmy with his hands in mock surrender. Jimmy clocked him with a right fist to the face. Since Miz was a big guy, this didn't really do anything other than cause him to shake his head. Jimmy noted this and was wearing cowboy boots, so he kicked Muzz right in his crotch. Muzz doubled over and fell to the floor in the fetal position while grabbing his crotch. Damn, Jimmy, that was low. I said I'm sorry. I think you may have broken my dick. Charlene shows her gimp the meaning of pain and punishment. Corey lifted his head up and had a concerned look on his face for a moment, then got back into the zone. Oh, fuck. Punish me, mistress. I deserve it, Corey groaned. After several flails of the flogger, Corey winced after each whack of it. Stop moving, bitch, Charlene asserted. Yes, mistress. You're inflicting the pain that I need, that which I deserve. Charlene continued to strike him with the flogger. His upper back was covered in welts, and his lower back was soaked in a thin layer of blood. She could see Corey drift away once again. Charlene sheathed the knife and stuffed it alongside her breast inside her catsuit, then grabbed Jimmy's 1911 pistol from underneath the pillow. She flipped the safety off and held it against Corey's temple. Now, bitch, I want you to run, Charlene demanded. Corey's eyes widened. This was the first sign of fear that he had shown all night. She was getting ready to kill him as Corey was getting into what he thought was intense edge play. Yes, mistress, if it pleases you. I will run as fast as I can, Corey said obediently. Corey awkwardly stood up and shuffled out the door. He stopped outside and turned around, then looked at Charlene. Charlene walked towards him. I said run, bitch! Appalachian Siren is a book that is not for everyone, and to some degree, not entirely for me. That being said, the stuff I didn't like was so well padded with humor and crazy violence and interesting wilderness survival facts that I actually had a really good time. This is a conditional recommend that I can't suggest for everyone, but take my warnings to heart, and you might just make it through this, people, if you have the stomach for it. This one is a lot of fun. That's all, folks. Leave me your thoughts on the book and comment other extreme horror novels you'd like to see me cover next.
Breaking news! Amusement park bassist Duke Loyalty found dead in the Appalachian woods. Hot off the back of their band's new single, Wad, or Whole Ass Stick. Duke was found face down, ass up, and full of
Whole ass dick. Not talking about the